Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Ron, I'm one of your practitioners, and I'm glad that you've taken the time here, the people I can see, taken the time for themselves to take that moment to center and to know the self. I'm glad that the people on Upstream have joined us, and together we're going to explore that. So I'd like you to begin by simply closing your eyes if that's comfortable and finding just an easy, comfortable position. Sometimes the hands in the lap is the best. You want to be able to let go of form. Form is how you think of yourself. It's the body that you think represents you. And it's the mind that thinks and contemplates and represents you. That is form. But for today, we're going to trust that form will remain, work on our behalf, and we're going to leave it just resting comfortably. Body, mind, form, visibility. And we're going to leave that and we're going to move our attention. That is our consciousness, our awareness into the infinite quietude of the Absolute. Big words, but something we can do. It is possible for us all to do so. So begin by just simply resting and looking forward, noticing, becoming aware of the space that you sense or see before you with your eyes closed. Maybe the sensation of looking at your eyelids and just resting your attention there. Don't try to interpret it. Don't try to wonder about it. Don't try to create thought around it. Just notice it. Notice the space. And what if we took away the parameters of skull or head, that descriptor that holds that space in a limited place? Just releasing that concept and look again into the space without any parameter, without any corral, without any limitation. And notice yourself moving out into that space. And the space is not just before you. In fact, it's all around you. You are in the center of it, and the spacelessness, that void, totally encompasses you, and you are there. And it has no limit. It's spacelessness. And we can test that. We can experience that by moving into that space, either up or down, backwards and forwards, as far as you can go. Think through that, attend it, follow it, out, out, out. Is there an edge? Can you sense a closure? Can you sense a limitation as you move out? Just keep traveling out there. Where is the limitation? Where is the next limitation? Is there an edge in which I can no longer attend myself? Can I push through that? And just notice that you could do that in any direction. And what about this space? Is there time here? Think of another place in this space just behind you. Think of it. And notice the moment you think of it, you are actually there. So there really isn't a there, it's an always a here. Wherever your mind attends, you are there, and there is here. Wherever you travel in this space is now. There is no then, later. It's always now wherever you go. This is boundless, spaceless, infinite space. In our meditation, the point is often expressed that you want to keep your mind without thoughts. But the truth is, thoughts come and go on their own. What we are talking about when we say thoughtless or without thought is that when a thought arises, don't give it your attention. Don't take up the story. Don't imagine. Don't perceive. Don't sense. Don't talk about. Don't become involved in the thought as it arises. It's just a thought. An experience, sometimes a memory, sometimes a prediction. Let it come in, but don't take up the story. Just notice it. Try that, allowing a thought from the past, a memory to come in. Just allow it to come. There's a story there if the mind is allowed. But don't. Leave it alone. Pull back into the I and allow it to come and go. All thoughts come and go. All activities come and go. All experience comes and goes. The point of interest is what does not come and go. What is that which remains? What is that which observes or witnesses the thought coming and going? That which is always present, that which is always aware is awareness or consciousness. It is what we call I. I notice. I observe. I am the witness. I am aware. Can you feel that I? It is that which is behind or before the thought. It is that which is behind or before the noticing of the thought. And it is also I who stays present as the thought, the activity of the experience leaves. I remains. I am. If I am the witness, I cannot be the activity. If I am the witness, the observer, I cannot be the thing observed. The thing observed, the thought, I allow to come and go without taking up the story. Then I am just I. So for the next few minutes, practice that. Allow the thoughts to come and go. It is perfectly natural and normal. It's often called a monkey mind. It's not. It's just thinking. It's just thoughts, images, perceptions, feelings, memories. They come, they go. Observe. Simply notice. as they do what they're meant to do. Stay in the I, stay in the spaceless space, whole and complete, and simply witness until you hear my voice again. So being aware of our awareness, the I, this invisible, intangible, spaceless, timeless sense of being, of I am, I exist. This I is infinite intelligence, infinite potential, infinite possibility from this place I am. I am before any activity. I am before any experience. I remain always here and always present, and I inform from here. Body, mind. My body-mind experience is the doer of I am. is not the cause. I am first cause. I am the oneness, the infinite intelligence which moves from the invisible to the visible through me as body, mind, but I am I. I am one. There is no possible separation. It's not a choice of joining in, belonging to. I simply am. And I feel this and I know this. The truth of me is here, not in activity, but before it. I sense and know I am, I exist, I am the truth, I am the one. Being in form as Ron, being in form as each of you, but never in separation. Simply in the activity of exploring and creating through and as you, right now, right here. And going to this place is the point of meditation. Nothing else needs to be done. So bringing yourself now back from that place, allowing yourself to move away from the spaceless space of I am into the doingness of you as body and mind, into your body, taking over control of that, moving your fingers and your toes, taking a deep breath, and knowing yourself as the activity of the one. Begin to move around, and when you're ready and when you're comfortable, open your eyes. Thank you for being here. Namaste, and we'll start in 15 minutes or so. Thank you.
I'm not like anyone else. That's my face on my ID. That makes me VIP. No one exactly like this. No one with my fingerprints. No one can touch it like me. No, I can't fake what you see. They tell you, girl, to get your way, you've got to show some skin. Guy will never get nowhere unless he fights to win. It starts with little changes. So you don't know who you are. Surround yourself with friends who all they call you a superstar. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But you don't know who you are. The sky's the limit. I just wanna flow free as a spirit on a journey of hope. Cut the strings and let me go. I'm weightless, I'm weightless. Feeling the balloons tethered to the ground. The weight of the world won't hold you down. Cut the strings and let me go. I'm weightless, yeah. All the things I hold in my fist, if I don't let go, I don't exist. They become the things that define me. How I look and what things to buy me. It's not important anymore. I feel me rising off the floor. Light as a feather, I'm carefree. I'm weightless. The sky is the limit. I wanna flow free as a spirit on a journey of hope. Cut the strings and let me go. I'm weightless, I'm weightless. Spins of balloons tethered to the ground. The weight of the world wants to hold me down. Cut the strings and let me go. you've got to show some skin. Girl will never get nowhere unless she fights to win. It all just seems so heavy, weighs me down like lead. Don't wanna be someone I hate. That just makes no sense. Sky is the limit. I wanna flow free as a spirit on a journey of hope. Cut the strings and let me go. I'm weightless, I'm wingless. Millions of balloons tethered to the ground. The weight of the world just can't hold me down. No, cut the strings, let me go. I'm weightless. I'm free as a spirit.
Elevation! Oops. Hi, everybody. How are ya? Boy, you braved those roads. That was not fun. That's all I gotta say. What the heck is this white stuff coming from the sky? We had a month of summer. And it's back. Winter is here. I want to welcome everybody and introduce myself if you are new to the center. I'm Pat Campbell, and I am the spiritual director of the center. And if you haven't been to a Center for Spiritual Living before, there's a few things you need to know. We are a faith tradition. We don't call ourselves a religion. We could be considered a philosophy, but we are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. As you can see around the slide, there are representations of many of the world's faith traditions. Not all of them, certainly, but a lot of them that we might recognize. And we say that wherever you are, however you got to us, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you're absolutely welcome here. We're so pleased that you are here, and that includes our beloved on our love stream. Everybody here in the building, turn around and wave at the love stream, and love stream people wave back. We are a spiritual community. Even though some people have never been here, step foot in here, we are a community. And just to let everybody know that you're welcome here. So what I would like to ask is, if there's anybody who is here for the first time, we don't want to embarrass you. We just want to make eye contact with you, let you know you're here, hand you a brochure. Anybody here for the first time? Keep your hand way up. Oh, awesome. Thank you. So keep your hand up. And around the corner, and then Rosalie right here under the screen as well. And please, thank you for being here. After service, we're having a small class. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about who we are and what we do, you're more than welcome to stay for that. You'll hear some more information about that in just a minute. So we're going to sing what we call our Kong song, and it happens to be everybody's favorite, almost everybody's favorite Kong song. And if you've been coming here for a while, you know exactly which one I'm talking about. What's it called?
Zippity doo dah.
Zippity doo dah! Shh. Is it my birthday? Let's stand up and sing One Power. If you don't know this song, just listen to the words. It's so lovely.
One power, one power, one power. One power, invisible. Can you see it everywhere and every day? One power, indescribable. And you speak of It's your sign. It's the universe. It's music for the earth or for the time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power. Can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of love in you and me. One power. One power is one power. One power. It's the moments of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. The joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby. The serenity of sleep. It's the flavor we abandon for the love that's most deep. It's one power. It's one power. What we are is one power. It's the power of love that is forever in you and me. It's the power of love in you and
That was nice. We used to sing that every Sunday and we retired it for special occasions. And apparently it's my birthday. No, it's not really my birthday. I'm just kidding. So I got a few things to let you know about. We are active. Pardon me? Oh, let my children go. Get on out of here. Here you go. All right, so as I was saying before being so rudely interrupted, we have a lot of things that are going on here at the center, and we've got people who want to tell you about them. So the first one I want to let you know about is the Discover class, and Reverend Leslie is going to come up and talk to you.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, what a beautiful crowd. Right after, well, at 12:30, we're going to have our Discover class, and that's for anybody that's new, recently new, or wants to come and just learn a couple of things. The class is called Discover You, Discover God, Discover Us. And so we're just going to talk about your beliefs, we're going to get a new God, and then we're going to talk about what is spiritual community. And we'd love to have you. We're not serving any food, so you do have time to pop out and grab the Tim Hortons is just a couple of blocks away. You can go down there and grab a coffee and a sandwich or whatever you like and come on back. It's no charge, and we'd love to see anybody. We'd love to see our new people coming. Can I get hands up of who's planning on attending? Awesome.
Yay, awesome.
Awesome. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you afterwards. Thanks.
Thank you. And this could also be for, if you've been coming a while and just want to have some questions and that type of thing, you're more than welcome to come for that. So that's today at 12:30. Change for Change is Ron, our practitioner, and he's going to tell you about a meeting we're having next week. So Ronaldo. I told you there's so much
Who's
stuff
that?
happening.
So outreach, or some of you know it as Change for Change, it's the same thing. What have we done so far? So I just want to quickly talk about some of the projects that we've undertaken. We do Secret Santas, Coats Are Us, Loops of Joy. Some of you don't know this, but we do memory bags for hospice. We did blankets and towels and frostbite kits for the drop-in center. Food for the Soul was one of our projects. End of summer closure for Camp Horizon. We do Calgary Pride. We've done a lot of things, but we have a lot of time in 2023 to do new things. What I want you to know, all those projects didn't come from our board of directors. It didn't come from our fearless leader. It came from you. The ideas grew from you. The activities occurred by your efforts and your treasure. And all of these were achieved by us, by just the membership. So I'm encouraging you and inviting you to come. Next Saturday we'll have Sunday, yes. And we'll have light snacks so you don't have to bring anything or run out. It'll start at 12. And this is for people who are just interested. You may not know what to do. You may not know what you have to give. But you have time, talent, and treasure. And all we're looking for is for you to come, to listen, to participate in brainstorming so that we can come up with new ideas and then see where you might feel comfortable being involved. Or maybe you won't and you just listen to what was happening. Okay, so I encourage you to come right at noon and see what's going on with outreach. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Give him a hand. That's awesome stuff. And as if that wasn't enough, here to tell you about her workshop in a couple of weeks is Sabrina.
So good morning, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sabrina. And the workshop that I am presenting is based off of the spiritual practice of mirror work. And I first discovered mirror work from Louise Hay. And the whole idea of mirror work is really to deepen that inner connection that we have within ourselves. It is a way to cultivate and build that self-love that we all have inside of us. And yet from time to time, it does tend to get covered up. And sometimes we just forget who we are. And so through the spiritual practice, it can help uncover that and just really bringing it back to the surface where we can confidently shine our light outwards. And as spiritual beings, we were really born to stand out, and yet sometimes we just try just to blend in. And so all the information is here if this is something that calls to you. The workshop, it will be in person at the center here on Sunday, February 5th from 12:30 to 2:30. And please bring a handheld mirror because we will be putting this into practice. And we will also be journaling, so please bring a journal, a notebook, or anything. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to see me after service, or if you're online, you could email the office. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. And my question is, it's a regular mirror, not like mine, which is like 10 times size. So you look at yourself and it's kind of like that. Okay, regular mirror, regular handheld mirror. And you can sign up for that. That takes place on Sunday, February 5th. Charitable tax receipts are going to be coming to you via email. So if you've made donations last year and we'll be sending the tax receipts out to everybody who has donated. If your email has changed, please let us know by going, you know what, I forgot to fix the slide. Thank you. It should be office@calgarycsl.org. I forgot to make that change. Thank you. Speak your word, I'm telling you, folks. If you don't have email, let Lance know at the office by the end of February, and then we'll send it via snail mail. And if you haven't received it, check your spam or your junk folder because it might be in there. So we just want to let you know about that. And then our ongoing groups are Consciousness Seekers. That meets on Monday evenings with Ron, whom you just met, at 7 o'clock via Zoom. I do Coffee with Dr. Pat on Wednesdays at noon. That's just a nice, friendly group of people getting together. And then the Saging Circles for our Wisdom Keepers. 55, 60 and above, and just talk about the things that matter to those of us that are seniors and and want to understand things a little bit more. Yes, darling. Yes. It's the end of a sentence. Okay, thank you. But thank you, yes. See it? CalgaryCSL.org, no period at the end. That was just the end of the sentence. Okay, thank you, Rosaire. Okay. You know, I went up there to change one of my slides. I want y'all in the audience to turn around and see what I'm looking at on the screen. It keeps me motivated when they're actually being mean to me. Okay, so that's all of our business. Now we're going to get into the more spiritual part of what it is that we do here. We're going to have Sabrina, who's going to come up and give us our spiritual mind treatment. I'd like to invite any other ministers or practitioners who are in the house to come forward. And if they're wearing the gray scarf like Valda is wearing, it means that they are on duty for you to do treatment, spiritual mind treatment with you after service. And what's going to happen is that Amy is going to lead us in a chant, and then Sabrina will give us our spiritual mind treatment. It's a strange name for affirmative prayer. So if you would, please.
The voice of God. The voice of God, you may hear the voice of God. The voice of God, the voice of God, you might hear the voice of God.
So in this moment, I breathe and I connect with the one spirit, one source, this one animated life force energy back of all things. It is the beauty, it is the love, it is the life of everything, everywhere, all the time. It is the sacred flow of spirit that is moving through me in each moment. And so standing with the one, I know that I am a divine celebration of spirit, undivided, complete, whole. And in this moment, I open my mind to that light of creativity, consciously planting seeds that nourish my dreams, and remembering that I am always at liberty to choose my thoughts, my actions, my words that align with my higher truth. And so I embody it, I embrace it, and I allow the universe to move through me. And so I stand in gratitude in this moment for knowing that my life is deeply, deeply enriched. And so I simply let go. And in letting go, I step aside, knowing that the law only knows yes, and it is already done. And I trust and allow, and affirming together.
So it is.
The voice of God, the voice of God, you may hear the voice of God, the voice of God, the voice of God, you may hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God.
And let's repeat our vision statement together. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. And our mission statement, the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness.
Thank you so much. Amy, you have the voice of God. Sabrina, you have the voice of God. All of my beloveds, thank you so much. Such a special time when we come together in that level of spiritual consciousness. And so the name of our band is Elevation, if you are new to us, and our music is always this good. We are missing our bass player. We miss Lisa. She's home not feeling well. But Lisa, if you're watching, we love you and we miss you. And please welcome the amazing, always amazing Elevation.
You can go ahead and tiptoe through your life, digging in the dirt, you can stress on the stripe. I'm gonna drive past the worry and the pain, 'cause today I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. You could cry all night about the things that you hate, so dissatisfied in so many ways, but I'm gonna find a way to celebrate, 'cause today I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. Picked up my baggage and I threw it out the door, not looking back because the past is such a bore. Gonna stand with the moon and the sky on my face, 'cause today, I'm flying on faith. You can hurt full of worry, let the fear take you out, imagining the worst overcome with doubt. There's no way to know, knowing is the only way, 'cause today I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. Well, I picked up my baggage, threw it out the door, not looking back because the past is such a bore. Gonna stand with the moon and the stars up in my face. Today, oh, today, oh, today, I'm flying on faith. strife. But I'm gonna fly past the worry and the pain, 'cause today I'm flying on faith.
Woo! Elevation! Amy Bishop, Oliver Miguel, Steph Chapman, Luis Tovar. Woo! Dang, you guys brought it. That was pretty fun. Could I have my stuff, hon? Thank you. Thank you so much. That's how we communicate. We sing little ditties to each other. Get me my stand. Oh, okay. Whew, that was good. So would you breathe with me, please? Let's just take in a deep breath and release. And again. And let go. And one more time at your own pace. There we go. I love how that gets us all together, all on one page. So for the past several weeks, we've been going over the basics. Been going back to basics by reviewing the first 4 chapters of what we call the textbook. It's called The Science of Mind. I know that may sound horribly dull, but trust me, it is not dull. It is a good reminder for those of us who are old timers, been around not just in years, but been around the teaching for a long time. But it's also a really good practice for our new people. And we have a number of new people who've been coming to our center for a while. I love that I do this at the beginning of every year, and it just gets us all on the same page, so to speak. But if you haven't been here before, don't worry. I'm going to catch you up on the first couple of talks, because that way we really know that we're all together with this. So the first week, we talked about the first chapter, and it was called The Thing Itself. Now that sounds like a really weird thing, but simply put, the thing itself means God. Now, our founder, a fellow by the name of Dr. Ernest Holmes, called it the thing itself back in 1926 in order to differentiate it from the God of our past, from the God of our upbringing. Because basically, the thing itself is not a man, it's not a woman for that matter. The thing itself is hear how I'm saying this, the life force energy, the intelligence, the substance, the love, the essence that is back of, that is underneath, that is supporting everything. Other cultures and other faith traditions call that life force energy different things. In India, they call it the prana. That energy that flows through everything. In China, it's called qi. In Japan, it's called ki. Indigenous people often refer to it as Great Spirit. It is that thing that is back of everything. But whatever we call it, just like our song, our one power, call it whatever you want. We are not talking about the man in the sky that looks like Charlton Heston playing Moses with a flowing white beard and a flowing white robe. This is not the guy. Because we've all heard, right, that we were made in the image and likeness of God. We've heard that, right? But here's the actual truth. The Judeo-Christian faith traditions and culture back then actually made God in the image and likeness of their leaders, like Moses and Abraham, who were old, bearded, grumpy guys in robes. So this is not what we're talking about, okay? I mean, if it works for you, but this is not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the thing itself. The thing itself, we come to understand that it is far more than the anthropomorphized figure that looks like we do. When I'm talking about the thing itself, I'm talking about the all and everything. No beginning, no end. It is in, it is through, is it around everything, and it is infinite. Infinite, no ending. I love this quote by William Blake. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite. So last week, that was the thing itself was 2 weeks ago. Last week we got more into the nitty-gritty of it by exploring the way it works. And the way it works, hold on to your hats here, the way it works is through the universal law of cause and effect. I can just see our newcomers going, man, they sang all this happy music and now they're getting into like stuff. And they're expecting me to think about stuff. And I am, because the way it works is through the law of cause and effect. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And so for us humans, that means that our thoughts and our beliefs are cause, and what we experience out in the world is effect. Does this make sense to you? Sticking with me? So the analogy that we often use when we're trying to explain this whole thing is to liken the law of cause and effect, to the soil. Because when we plant a seed in the soil just accepts it. It doesn't question. It doesn't say, no, I don't want to plant squash. I want to really plant rutabaga. It doesn't question. It doesn't change anything. It simply produces what is planted. It produces whatever the seed is that's been planted. In other words, we choose the seeds that we want. Okay, I want to grow flowers right now, and the soil works in partnership with the seed and it produces the plant. So that's how it works in gardening. It's the same way that it works in our own lives. The law that I'm talking about could also be called soil, simply produces what's planted in it, no question asked, and that's kind of where the tricky part comes in. Because anybody here ever manifest something that you didn't want? And anybody here then think to yourself, how on earth did I get here? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Because in our lives, the seeds that are being planted come from our thoughts and our beliefs and what we put our focus on. Let that sink in for a second, what we put our focus on. And let's face it, there are times when we are not as conscious, we are not as deliberate of the thought seeds that we plant as we are the gardening seeds that we plant. How many of you gardeners plan your garden? Most of you. How many of you thinkers plan your thoughts? And what happens is we've got haphazard and unfocused thinking. Therefore, our results become haphazard and unfocused. This natural law, this natural spiritual law acts upon our thoughts and delivers to us what we think about and what we believe. So that means we have to be extremely conscious of what we're thinking. Because if we not, we get some very mixed results. However, there's good news, because now we come to the fun part, and that is what it does. And simply put, what it does, it with a capital I, it, the thing itself, what it does is to create and express. In other words, the life of the divine is always forever expressing and expanding and becoming more of itself. It's longing to know itself more fully, and because it's all there is, when it creates out of itself, and there's nothing else for it to create out of. And because that's true, then how it creates and how it expands and how it knows itself is through us and as us. How it expresses is through us and as us. I want you to think about that. Because our lives, whether they're grand or whether they're simple, are part of the expression of the one. We are one of the ways that it knows itself. One of my colleagues used to say, "You are God at a local address." Just let that sink in for a second. You are God. You are spirit. You are life at a local address. And when I first got this concept, it blew my mind, because there was a time in my life, maybe not you guys, but there was a time when I did not make particularly good choices in my life, and I was not very proud of how I was showing up in life, how I was walking through life. So imagine the freedom of realizing, of becoming aware of the fact that I was here and I was living this life as a means of allowing the universe to know itself as Pat. Pat is God at a local address. Put your hand right here and say that. And your name, my name is God at a local address. Now do it. How does that feel? How does it feel? I am God at a local address. Thank you for rephrasing that. Whew. For all of our foibles, for all of our humanness, and all of our mistakes, we are spirit at a local address. With all of our attributes and our talents and our accomplishments, we are God at a local address. That adage that says we are spiritual beings having a human experience is absolutely true. And our humanness, with all of its messiness, is still one of the ways that the divine experiences life. With all the messiness, I want you to hear that. With all the messiness, we are still God at a local address. But here's what happens is as we begin to wake up and we begin to understand our true selves, we just naturally start to clean up the messiness. Have you noticed that? That as you're becoming more, you realize that you are not living in constant drama all the time. That you're actually creating a life that is honoring of who you are. We become more conscious of what we are creating, and we make different choices. We make choices that are life-affirming and more positive and more expressing of our true nature. And then it gets really fun, because now we are working in conscious partnership. We are working in harmony with the law. And we are creating a life that is indicative. It is honoring of who we really are as spirit in expression. And part of that means that we make room for our good in all of its form to come in. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, put it this way: it is the nature of the universe to give us what we are able to take. It cannot give us more. It is the nature of the universe to give us whatever we are able to accept. It can't give us more. And so that means that there's this huge, abundant universe out there, and it's just wanting to express and know itself more as you, as me. But it cannot do that where there is no outlet. It can't deliver where there is no address. For example, think about the electricity in your homes that lights your homes and runs your appliances. That electric current is always available. It is always active. It is consistent. It is reliable. And it is always right there at our fingertips. But it cannot work. It cannot be active in our homes without an outlet. It can't flow freely without us allowing it in by turning on a light switch or plugging in an appliance. And the same thing is true for the thing itself and what it does in our lives. That all and everything is poised. It's just waiting. It's just ready to express and create and deliver, but it cannot deliver anything more than there is a capacity for. Is this making sense? It's making sense to me. Okay, all right. So maybe this talk is for me. What do you think? Sometimes that happens. So now that we know this, now that we know that we are an outlet for spirit to express, we can consciously, on purpose, direct it to do things for us, just like we do with electricity. We don't ask electricity's permission, do we? We just flip on the switch and it works. And there's a reason for that. Dr. Holmes said this: trained thought is far more powerful than untrained thought. The more power one gives his thought, the more completely he believes that his thought has power, the more power it will have. Holy moly, you mean there's more? Yes, there's more. Because a mind expanded on purpose is going to yield more positive results than a mind that is just casually going through life. Because like it or not, life with a capital L is going to express through you and as you. It's just what it does. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just how it works. We cannot stop being an outlet for it. And because we know that, we have a responsibility and an opportunity to make the most out of it and to do it in our own special and unique way that is special and unique to each of us. Dr. Holmes also said this: each state of thought taps the same principle. Each uses the same law, is inspired by the same spirit, but each draws for a different result. Here is multiplicity proceeding from unity. This is what Emerson meant when he said that unity passes into variety. In other words, everything that we see, taste, smell, experience is made out of the same stuff, but each of us makes different use of that stuff in our own way. That's what gives birth to all of this variety that we get to experience in life. Just look around the room. Everyone in this room has a head, 2 arms, 2 legs, fingers, toes. Most of us have hair. Some of us had less hair than others. And yet we are made of the same stuff. But look at the variety. Look at the beauty that is being expressed. So what that means is that we need to honor who we are and what we bring to the world. Because if we don't, without that individual expression, the tapestry of life is incomplete. The experience of life is incomplete. I know too many people who stop themselves from fully expressing what is in their hearts because of comparison, because of fear. They have something to give, something to say, something to express that is important. And it's spirit wanting to know itself, but because they may not measure up to someone else, they leave it dormant inside. But what they don't know is that something is their divine self yearning to know itself more fully, yearning to be expressed. So I'm going to close with a sweet teaching story. I've used it before. So forgive me if you know this story, but it just sums up this talk so beautifully. So I know you'll forgive me if it's a repeat. A water bearer in India had 2 large pots. Each pot hung at the end of a pole which he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it. The other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water at the end of the long walk from the stream to the master's house. But the cracked pot only arrived half full. For 2 years, this went on daily, and the bearer delivered only 1.5 pots full of water. Now, of course, the perfect pot was proud of its accomplishment, perfectly performing its purpose. Talk about alliteration. Perfectly performing its purpose. But the cracked pot was ashamed of its imperfection. And it was miserable that it was only able to accomplish half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived as bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. I'm ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you. Why? Asked the water bearer. What are you ashamed of? For these 2 years, I've only been able to deliver half of my load because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way to the master's house. Because of my flaw, you have to do all this work, but you don't get full value for your efforts. And the water bearer felt compassion for the old cracked pot and said, as we return to the master's house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path. Indeed, as they went up the hill, the old crackpot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wildflowers on the side of the path, and it cheered it some. But at the end of the trail, it still felt bad because it had leaked out half its load. And so again, the pot apologized. And the bearer said to the pot, did you notice that there were only flowers on your side of the path and not on the other pot's side? That's because I've always known about your flaw, and I took advantage of it. I planted wildflower seeds on your side of the path, and every day when we walk back from the stream, you've watered them. For 2 years, I've been able to pick those beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just who you are, he would not have this beauty to grace his table. So what it does, is to know itself through its creation, each of its creation, with our flaws, with our messiness, exactly as we are. And it utilizes those things to help beautify the world. That's what it does. So next week, we're going to talk about how to use it. Okay, theory. Tell me what I do. Next week, how to use it. Be there, be square, even if it's snowing. I love you, and so it is. I love it when you guys clap and I see the musicians run. It's like, I used to, here's a story point. I used to be a musician. I was a singer for many, many years. Still am a singer, but I would sing at different centers every single Sunday all throughout Southern California. And so I knew when the clapping starts, that's when you come out because you're about to perform. I said I was a singer because then I moved to Alberta. You know what?
I was a sax player, but then I started playing with Oliver.
And so when I sing now, I pretend like I sound like Amy Bishop. Please welcome Elevation.
People get ready, there's a train coming. Don't need no baggage, you just climb on board. All you need is faith, you'll hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord, yeah. There's always room for a hopeless sinner. Though he hurt all mankind just to save his own. Have loving for those whose chances may be thin. For there's room for all among us on the kingdom's throne. And I'm free. Free falling. Yes, I'm free. Free falling. People get ready, there's a train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key, so open the doors and board them. For there's room for all among us who loved and lost. And I'm free, yeah, free falling. Yes, I'm free, free falling. All right, Oliver. I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, no, I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. Keeps me warm. She's a good girl. Loves her mama. Loves horses and her boyfriend. He's a good boy. He's crazy about Elvis. Loves, loves, and I'm free, yeah, free falling. Yes, I'm free, yeah, free falling. Hey, hey. People get ready, there's a train coming. Don't need no baggage, you just climb on board. All you need is faith, you hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Thank you.
That's a showstopper. Amy Bishop, Oliver Miguel, Steph Chapman, Luis Tovar. And if I had been singing that song, I'd be going, I'm free, free falling. Very sweet, very, yeah. Whew, that was fun. So that leads us right into how you can support the center. We are a nonprofit other than our casino, which incidentally is coming up this summer. We are 100% supported by your donations. So lots of different ways that you can do that. So I'm going to invite you now to take your tithe, your gift, your offering, your donation, hold it to your heart. Put some of that good juju that you have right now when you stood up and cheered for that song. Put some of that in there. Whew. And let's say our conscious giving affirmation together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is, and so it is. And we're going to sing, I Thank Love.
I thank love for everything. 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 I thank love for everything.
Woohoo! You guys are on fire today. Let's bring in the kids. Here come the kids. Here come the kids. Yeah. I don't know. There they are. There they are. Hi, Miss Rachel.
Hi. We're a very loud group today, so it's a little intimidating when they're fresh and new, so they're just a little scared to come up today. We had 2 brand new littles. They are amazing and so much fun. Thank you, everybody, for always bringing your children and your grandchildren. Please continue to bring them. This is an amazing space for children to grow, for them to learn, to explore, to ask questions, and most importantly, to have time away from their parents. So please, please bring me your children. Today we painted cans, which you will eventually see adorning the center. I haven't told Dr. Pat, but I'm going to replace all the pen holders with these painted cans that the kids do.
All right.
So eventually we'll have their art all throughout the center. We also read an incredible book by Dr. Wayne Dyer, Incredible You. The kids loved it, and then we spent time painting masks, which I thought would help coming up here, but not quite. So.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Please continue to bring our children. I'm really trying to create a solid Funday program. We do have you can come anytime, but I would love to see your kids back, especially if you have youth. Anybody between the ages of 12 and 15, we really want them in our center. It is such a precious age, and they're so much fun. We want them here with us. So please bring your family, all of them.
Yeah. Woo!
And thank you so much.
Miss Rachel, she's so awesome. I'll let you know that Miss Rachel is giving up part of her Saturday for the next 4 weeks to attend a class about building a really dynamic Funday program. So thank you, honey, for that. That's really awesome. Okay, we're going to do our closing blessing, so let's everybody stand up. We're going to rub our hands together. There's a lot of places in this world that could use some good energy right now. So wherever that happens to be, if it's you, send your energy to you. If you want to do to you and out to the world, do that. Send it wherever it needed, okay? On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time.
If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you may hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you may hear the voice of God. The voice of God, the voice of God. You may hear the voice of God. The voice of God. Yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, lovely week.